Welcome to the Shellonomics Podcast, your source for pure Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles entertainment, presented by King Mictus.
Okay guys, TMNT Talk and I are taking a little turtlecation. We're diving into what we're calling the odds and ends. If you guys do enjoy this video, leave a comment down below on Spotify or YouTube or on either of our Twitter pages. We'd love to talk turtles with you. We're going into some really bizarre yet just you gotta love them kind of Ninja Turtle stuff here. Christian, why does this work with the Turtles and no other franchise? These guys have had concerts, Christmas songs, Blue Line buses, transportation in California. They've appeared in Disney. Just why do they do this with the Turtles?
Well, you know, most of the stuff is at around 91 when the Turtles were really at the peak of their Turtle Mania, when it was really the Turtles were everything. So they put the Turtles into everything because they were like, hey, if we want to teach some kids about some important stuff like, well, transportation, let's get the Turtles in because then the kids get interested in it. And yeah, it's kind of weird. As you said, how it always works with the Turtles. Just imagine, like, when they would have put, I don't know, Batman into it. Like, Batman will teach the kids about transportation in California. It would be kind of weird. But with the Turtles, you know, you can do the goofy stuff with the Turtles because the Turtles can be goofy. Yes, the Turtles can also be dark and gritty, but they can also be very goofy and like, well, we have pizza and this is what we do, cowabunga, and nobody's like, whoa, this is out of character. No, it's just the Turtles can really do this. And this is something that I was saying for years. The Turtles can be both. They can really be both. They can be dark and serious for grown-ups or for bigger kids. But they can also be very goofy and very cartoony for the young kids. And both sides work. It's like the Turtles, I don't know. It's like the Turtles, you can put the Turtles into everything and it doesn't feel weird. That's the magic of the Turtles, I guess.
Yeah, I never, again, and when you're a kid, and the reason it works too, we'll get more into those soon as it always helped when you had the original voice actors. But for now, let's get into one of the more popular ones that, again, a lot of fans, including myself, were unaware of until we were able to talk with you about this fan-made project for the Archie adventures that we just finished here. Now, can you explain what and how the Forever War came to be in the Turtle comics for Archie?
Well, I gotta give you some background there because if you may remember, there was an ad at the end of one of the normal TMNT Adventures comics that there will be a new storyline called the Forever War. And it should have started at TMNT Adventures number 71. But then the series got cancelled, and 71 and 72 were this story about the Turtles, how they got their weapons. And then the series got cancelled. So this mysterious Forever War never got realized. It was supposed to be like the next big storyline and could have even be the end of the TMNT Adventures saga. Like, this could like be the finale of the series. But it never got made. Fast forward to the year 2009, when Mirage Comics suddenly came up, when Peter Laird was still working there, when they said, hey, remember this Forever War thing from the TMNT Adventures? We're going to make it real now. We're going to do this. And they advertised it and said, hey, 2009, it's going to be like finally after, what was it back then, like 14 years, we're going to realize the story that you all want to see from the TMNT Adventure series. Well, 2009, then Peter Laird sold the rights of the TMNT to Nickelodeon. So once again, the series got cancelled, got never realized. And yeah, I remember back then I was a very sad Turtle fan because I was really looking forward to finally see this. So in the year 2019, some fans came in and they started talking to the people behind the TMNT Adventures, you know, like Dean Clarrain and Chris Allen. And they said, hey, you wanted to do this story, the Forever War. How about we get together, make it finally real, and give the fans what they want? Because that was the time when Nickelodeon had the rights to the Turtles and IDW put out the Turtle comics. And so they're like, hey, we're going to do it unofficial. We're going to start a Kickstarter. And that was in 2019. And then it got the money it needed, and it got realized really yes, it is a fan project. It is an unofficial project, but they really got the input from Dean Clarane and the people behind the TMNT Adventure series. So they made a story based on the story that way back in the 90s they wanted to tell. So is it really a TMNT Adventure story, an official? Well, not really, but this is what it could have been. So it's not that I would call it fan fiction or anything, because, as I said, they had the input, they had the talks with the real people behind the original TMNT Adventures. So they finally realized it. And then 5 years later, in the year 2024, this series finally got released, 5 chapters. And this is really a story that really caps off the TMNT Adventure story, and even fixes some plot holes that the TMNT Adventures had. And for this, in my opinion, it really works. It really is made by fans, for the fans, and it's really something special, something cool, and just to have this in your hands. Remember, it came out in 2024, so it was almost 30 years later. Finally, this got realized, and this is really crazy. It's a really crazy story how this got made after all these years that people were hungry for this story. It's something special in TMNT history, gotta say.
Yeah, I had no idea this until you talked about it, and I read it. Christian's going to break down these 5 issues for you guys, just because we wanted to start with this because we just finished the Archie series for you. So like you said, Dean Clarane, the name of the author, kind of like the Stan Lee pen name, was involved in this project for most of them. You'll see his name featured in the credits pretty much in all of these 5 issues. Well done by the fans. You'll see Leonardo with his old school weapons at the ready. And after you break these down, I want to see how you like the Shredder, because to me the Shredder is actually more like the 1990s movie Shredder. He is more vicious, and it's pretty much our Shredder, because even in the cartoon in season 1, this is the way I viewed him as a kid, just tough. In the video games, he was always a pain in the tush to beat, just lethal, not really comical. So feel free to break up all of these 5 issues, which they're pretty much gold to read too. I had a great time reading all of these.
Yeah, I'm going to try to give a short synopsis of this story. And as you said, Shredder is really vicious, because what is the first thing that we see? Shredder is back. He's the main guy in the story. He's the main bad guy in the story, gotta say. And what is the first thing that we see him doing? He attacks future Donatello. He, with his claws, he really stabs him. And in the end, future Donatello actually dies in this story, which is very confusing for present day Donatello. And Shredder steals a time slip control from Donatello and is able to go back in time and change history. He totally changes history. The Turtles never get mutated. He is finally able to take over the world. He's the leader. But there is a resistance in this parallel timeline where we see some very characters that we know from the TMNT Adventure series, like Ninjara is there, or Golani from Jerusalem that we met, this superhero woman. And our Turtles, they land in this timeline and they have to fight. They try to reverse this whole thing, and that's pretty much the main story. Like Shredder jumping through time, the Turtles trying to find out what he changed, and we also get some very interesting revelations, because we find out that the Red King is a very interesting character here, because we find out that his real name actually is Chad, and he was way back then, when he was young, he was the kid that had the baby turtles that got mutated into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So the turtles actually team up with the Red King in this. And yeah, because the Red King apparently got some mutagen on him, and that was why he can control rats and so on and so forth. And yeah, once again, we see some very well-known characters here. Like, they all come together. It really feels like a big story finale when we see all these characters, even like the Mutanimals come back, and all our characters like Catmandu, Alfalca, the Chameleon, and so on and so forth, and they all like fight Shredder, try to stop him, and yeah, because as I said, the Shredder went back in time and stopped the turtles from getting mutated. So the turtles use the time, well, jumping through time. It's really a time travel story. It's really, if you like the stuff like I do, it's really so interesting, because they go back in time to the time when they were supposed to be mutated. They saved themselves as little baby turtles. And in the end, the turtles and Splinter, they like pour the mutagen into the sewer so that they get mutated, and the present time becomes our timeline again. And yeah, it's really crazy. And in my opinion, one of the most interesting things here is that in the end, we find out that Shredder gets zapped through time because his time slab malfunctions, and he gets zapped through time, and he loses his memory, and he lands back in time at the time when, at the end of TMNT Adventures number 4, when Armagon took him to the future. And so he comes back in time before or after Armagon took him to the future. So there's like this closes this whole time loop. If you remember in the Future Shark trilogy, when Shredder was abducted by Armagon to go into the future, it was very confusing because it didn't make sense. How did Shredder know about the adventures that he had, like starting with TMNT Adventures number 5, when he was taken to the future way back then? And this fixes this time loop because he just got sent back and he lost his memories. So it all makes sense again. And yeah, this is pretty much the main story here. And as I say, it feels like a big finale of a big storyline, because all these characters that we know about, they all come together, they all fight, like some of them fight for the Shredder, some of them fight for the Resistance, and they all come together. It's like a big finale of a big anime, like Naruto or something, when all the characters come together to fight one big final war. And this is really what it feels like, and it's just crazy. And well, you should check it out for yourself, because as I said, one of the main artists on the TMNT Adventures books, Chris Allen, was also involved in this, and he also drew some of the stuff in this. And it just like, after 30 years, it feels like coming home. And yeah, it's just one crazy story, and it's like, this is the finale of the TMNT Adventures saga, and it works that way. And I'm really happy to have this book in my hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're a diehard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans like us, or even just a casual, fan of the comics, there is just so much in here. Little Easter eggs like that too, like issue number 4's name, A Thing About Rats, something about rats. Just little playoffs like that from the cartoon that diehards would know. Shredder just reminds me of how, in this little 5-parter, I think of Splinter's quote in the movie when he's talking to, with the Shredder cares nothing for you or the people you hurt. That's pretty much how I felt this Shredder in this Forever War, just because he didn't care about anybody. He was killing everybody too. I mean, he even kills Krang. It's like, what did we just witness here? I mean, really.
And very brutal, by the way.
Yeah. So, very shocking, and I just want to make sure I give the correct plug. So a big shout out to, if you guys want to check them out, Turtles Club is where you can find these guys. They are a non-for-profit group of, pretty much a group of turtle fans who are trying to restore comics from Italy, just books that never got published. And again, it's always good to have more turtles in your life. And you already said this, but I'll just ask you anyways. Do you feel this is the ending that the Archie adventures deserved?
Absolutely. I gotta say absolutely, because as I said, it really feels like a big final battle. Like it really closes the time loop. And yeah, you cannot be sure if this is really the book that would have come out in the 90s. But as I said, it feels like these people came together to create something for the fans. Like, hey, you've waited 30 years for the story. We're gonna deliver a story that was worth the wait. And in this regard, I gotta say, it really works. This is a finale. It feels like a finale, and I'm really happy for this. And it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Website again, guys, is turtlesclub.net. If you guys want to check it out and get a copy for yourself, there's loads of good stuff up there. Coming up next, another series that me and Christian are huge fans of, the 2012 show. There was one little part that I forgot to mention in one of the shows, and it is called, I believe, Blast from the Past. Is that the name of the one with the little turtles?
Yes, it's Half Shell Heroes, which was the title of these action figures that they made for little kids with turtles, and the title of the video of the DVD is Blast from the Past.
Yep, that's the one. So feel free to share the Easter eggs here. This one is great. It's just pretty much, it's you're close to my age. If you remember the cartoon that played off Scooby-Doo, a pup named Scooby-Doo, I kind of thought like that little vibe, because they were like little kids with the little, higher pitched voices. And this one worked too. I mean, you even get Tiger Claw, Bebop, and Rocksteady. Feel free to share what happens in this.
Yeah, this was a fun little special during the 2012 era, where it is drawn in 2D style, and we have like this... I gotta call them chibi turtles, because they're like little turtles, bigger heads, and pretty much like the action figures that they made of the Half Shell Heroes, who were for smaller kids. So this also is like more for smaller kids, but I totally love this. It's like a 40-minute special, and I gotta say, I'm actually sad that we did not get more of this, like little shorts or a second special or something, because I just love this. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it's still so much fun. And yeah, the turtles in the story, they get zapped through time because of some accident with some energy crystal. They get zapped back into the dinosaur times together with Bebop and Rocksteady, who are also, once again, great in this. And like the turtles, they befriend some dinosaurs, which brings us to the Easter eggs, because the dinosaurs that the turtles befriend are pretty much the dinosaurs that the turtles had as cave turtles as the action figures in the 90s. Like Donatello gets a T-Rex to ride on, Leonardo is on a Triceratops, Raphael is on a Pteranodon, and Mikey is riding a Stegosaurus. Just the same dinosaurs that the turtles had as action figures in the 90s. And these are the things that I'm here for. These are the things that I, as a TMNT fan, just love, like these callbacks. And yeah, it's just fun. And during their adventure in dinosaur time, they also run into some Triceratons who are causing trouble there. And they have like this Robo-Raptors, and there's a big action scene, big fights. And well, the turtles are able to defeat, together with people with Rocksteady, defeat the Triceratons, and then they fly through time. They want to go back to their time, but at the end, they see that apparently the city, New York, was taken over because there's a big statue of Shredder there. So it seems like they landed in a different timeline, like kinda like Turtles Forever, the Forever War, I meant. And yeah, so with this shocker, the video ends, the DVD ends, the story ends. and we never got a sequel to it. And it's like, come on, this is a cliffhanger. It's a big cliffhanger, and I really wanted to see a sequel to this story, but unfortunately, we never got one. But as it is, this DVD it's just so much fun. And as I said, I would have loved to see more in this style, like some little episodes or more specials or anything, because in my opinion, it's just fun. And when I watch this, I'm just smiling through the whole thing because it's just so entertaining and so, fun, just fun.
Yep, and how did you like the little treat for us old fans? Because a lot of those dinosaurs the turtles were bonding to looked pretty familiar, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's like, these were the same dinosaurs that the Cave Turtles action figures had way back in the 90s. And yeah, as I said, this is the stuff that I just love. These are the Easter eggs that I'm here for. Nice callbacks, and yeah, this you really get the feeling like the people behind this, they really did their homework, and they're really, hey, we're gonna give something to the old school turtle fans, and yeah, thanks for that.
Yep, 2012 knocks it out of the park once again. Just, it was nice to watch that final, and I was like, it's like, when you have your old favorite pizza, your old favorite, some sort of snack you had, like combos or something you liked as a kid, but you don't eat it too often. It was just a very nice, wholesome snack to dive into that blast to the past. So, coming up next, we're gonna do our best to make sure I can keep these unedited. But if we laugh a lot, we apologize, just because these are some of the more bizarre, hilarious. Probably four of them, I would say, these four for sure are probably the silliest out there. Coming up first, though, way back in 1991, no, this was not done by AI. This actually happened in Disney. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles appeared in Disney it was so short, but we just want to talk about just to bring it to your guys' attention. So, Christian, feel free to share any knowledge you have in regards to the Turtles appearing in Disney.
Yeah, that was once again around 1991, and yeah, it seems like, hey, even Disney, we also want the Turtles for a little bit at least. So they had like this little turtle show at MGM Studios at Disney World, and there's not any story or anything behind it. It's like, it was a show when the Turtles and April drove in a turtle van, which actually looked pretty cool. And they got on stage and they were dancing to the theme song, and they were showing off some ninja moves, and then kids could take photo with the turtles. And yeah, the costumes, they were pretty cool. I mean, the faces, they were not moving or anything of the turtles. So they're like, at like nowadays when they're at Macy's Thanksgiving parade, they're just there standing, yes, smiling, waving, and these are pretty much the same here, the same kind of costumes there. But hey, if I were there back then, if I would have been able to be back there, I would have loved this. The Turtles, they're dancing to the theme song, and April's even there, and we can take photos together. Hey, I would have been over the moon for this. And yeah, this, as I said, not much to tell about this, but it's just once again a little very interesting tidbit of Turtles history.
Yeah, and they have their weapons. they're a little bit chunkier. It's pretty much Disney's own spin. They have the theme song there, which is how did you like the theme song? I guess we can ask that really quick. Were you okay with it? I guess maybe we call it was Disney-fied a little bit.
Yeah, it felt like a little remix, but it was pretty cool. And I don't know if it was always like this, but at the video that I was checking out, April was even singing the theme song. So the actor who played April in this was actually singing the theme song, and she did a pretty good job. So yeah, also nice, like it's not playback or anything. No, she was really singing on there. It's like a little concert. So yeah, that's it. It was fine. And as I said, if I was a kid back then and would have seen this, I would have totally been in love with it.
Oh, can you imagine? So I went to Disney World once. My folks took us way back in '96, and they filmed WCW Nitro was there live. I was a big wrestling fan at the time, more WWF. However, The NWO just started up. And the tickets were free. So how cool this would have been if your parents were bringing one of us to Disney World and it was like, hey guys, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to be here. And you're pretty much like, Mom, they don't. They live in the sewers. They're in New York. What are you talking about? I'm 7 years old at the time. Just imagine how you would have been blown away just to have that core memory, unlocked for seeing that live. So maybe they'll come around again one time, but like you say, they're in Macy's parades now, which is, I don't think they may or may not have been when we were kids. I can't recall, but I do know they've been showing up in a lot of parades in recent years. But, okay, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to swallow a whole bunch of laughing gas here. We've got our last three. And we're going to start with one that, yes, we did our homework before we recorded this, guys. This is a real VHS tape out in 1992. The Mystery of the Cliffs. Christian, what the shell is this about?
Oh, this is... You know how I told you that way back then the Turtles, they put the Turtles into everything. You want to teach some kids some history? Put the Turtles in there. And that's pretty much what they did, because this was a videotape, a VHS, that was apparently commissioned by the United States Bureau of Land Management, where kids were supposed to learn about archaeology and places that have history, like places that are hundreds or thousands of years old, like caves with drawings from natives way back then, and that we have to protect this for the future. We have to protect history of America, and that's pretty much the thing here, that the Turtles, they have a trip, they have a little camping trip, and they run into these caves, and there are all this very interesting, like Donatello is the one who's like, hey, this is a cave drawing that people did there, this is no graffiti, and they have all this archaeological stuff, like some pots or things that were left behind. And then the Foot Clan comes in. Foot Ninjas come in and they want to steal this stuff for the Shredder, and the Turtles try to stop them, but the Turtles, they get captured. But then suddenly a ghost that looks like Splinter comes in, and I'm not making this up. This ghost of Splinter comes in and frees the Turtles with ghost magic. And so the Foot Ninjas are defeated. And in the end, Splinter comes to their campsite. And the Turtles like, hey, you saved us back then. It wasn't like, no, that was probably an ancestor of mine. Wait a minute. So the ancestors of Splinter were also rats. They were also rat mutants. We didn't know this. I don't know if you did, but no. I did not. So, so they came from Japan to America as rats, and that's Splinter's whole story, and it's so weird. And I mean, this is such a crazy mix here, because the Turtles, it's a live action video, and the Turtles, they are wearing their coming out of the shells costumes. The Turtles and Splinter have the 87 voices, and they have the 90s movie score in the background. So it's like a wild mix of Turtle media, and it's so special. It's like this video that they put out to get kids interested in the history of America, and for this it's weird. The whole story is just weird, but it's fun. It's funny.
It works because you get the voice actors from the show, and then when you're hearing the music from the movie, I'm like, are we gonna have an epic battle? Because they've got the do, like when they're walking around, and Casey's following Danny back to the Foot headquarters. Like something's gonna happen here, and it's like, this is what we get. And the Turtles are taken out by a shovel attack from a Foot Soldier because they're trying to plan what to do. I will say, Raphael, to me, I want to say, I hope I can get Rob Paulson on the show one day, because I actually think he enjoyed doing this, because if you actually try to make this like a legit, real thing, he's got the sarcasm down a lot more here than he did in the show, and he was almost a little more of the movie vibe, because he's the one who gets captured on his own. He's like, I'm going to go on my own, guys. So You get that, and of course, what did you think about the campfire song? Because that always sticks out to me too.
Oh boy, oh boy, yeah, because in one scene the turtles are sitting around a campfire and they sing a song about camping and pizza. That's also something, because Michelangelo. What does Michelangelo do in this short video? He only talks about pizza and nothing else. That's pretty much his whole thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna get some pizza, and how about some pizza? And you know what I'm hungry for? I'm hungry for pizza. And that's pretty much his whole thing in this story. So yeah, it's just so. And didn't they play even the campfire song at the end over the credits again? Like,
yes, I was gonna bring that up.
We got enough.
Yeah, well, for all those MCU fans, what's the ending credit scene? You do get one here, and Donatello is going to talk to you for a while. So anybody who was a fan of Donatello or Barry Gordon back in the day, to keep the tape running, because you'll get a little bit more info there. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little bonus. But yeah, it was funny how they were replaying the old footage. And for those who are unaware, this is just a very quick, maybe 15-minute VHS tape with about 5 minutes of recap with Donatello plugging. So this is where Christian and I are very thankful to live with YouTube, because not only did we get to watch this, because I didn't know where the heck this VHS tape would exist. I had the Coming Out of Their Shells VHS tape, but I never was able to get Getting Down in Your Town, which we talked about in the previous episode. If you guys want to check that out on Shellonomics, subscribe to us on YouTube, check us out on Spotify. But the more bizarre one is this one that we talked about, Public Safety with the Blue Line. Once again, we get the OG voice actors. We get a very cute lady who plays April O'Neil, and some guy called, what was his name again? This Gridlock, I think was his name, right? Yeah,
Gridlock. Yeah.
There's a good trivia question for you hardcore Turtle fans. Oh boy, feel free to explain what in the world happens in this 10-minute spiel.
Yeah, this is Operation Blue Line, which once again the Turtles get put in there to teach the kids about a new transportation system called the Blue Line that's it's out there in Southern California, and the Turtles, they teach kids about, like, hey, use the train or use the bus, and it's cool to do so. So yeah, it's pretty much a promo video for this new transportation line. And yeah, the Turtles, as you said, the Turtles, they have the 87, the classic voices, but the costumes, they look like they were just modeled after the classic action figures, and that's pretty much it, because there's no face movement, there are no mouth movements, they are just have this weird half grin all the time. But nobody is talking about, like, hey, these are the Turtles. And as you said, like, April is very happy with the Turtles in this. And this one scene where the Turtles go off, like, yeah, we're gonna save the Blue Line, and April is like, my heroes. Like, okay, April, relax. Yeah, but there's a story where this bad guy, and hey, come on, Gridlock. He's the biggest, baddest bad guy that the Turtles ever fought. Forget Shredder, forget Krang. Gridlock, he's the real bad guy, and he's like having this Gloomsday device, which is like this device that he uses so that every information about the Blue Line disappears. Like, he makes newspapers disappear, radios, TVs, so nobody will ever learn about the Blue Line, and they will all use their cars and pollute the city, and that makes Gridlock very happy. Okay. And yeah, so the Turtles, they confront him, and his machine backfires, and he gets disintegrated in the end, but he will come back. He says, "Here, I will be back." And one day, I know, one day he will come back, and that's gonna be a problem for the Turtles. Wouldn't it be too crazy if the IDW comics just put in the character of Gridlock for like a one-shot comic? I would laugh my ass off if that would happen.
You know who actually would? You might be close to that. I bet you if we ever write Saturday Morning Adventures, because they're more of the funny, cartoons, I bet you they'd throw them in somewhere. I bet you.
That would be too good. Oh yeah, and this whole thing, it takes place in Los Angeles, and the Turtles and April, all of them are in Los Angeles. And it's not like, hey, we're doing a vacation. No, they now live in Los Angeles.
Yep.
That's a fact. No longer New York.
Yep, they got their hideout. I did think it was cool to a degree because they had almost like the toy costumes, like they all had a different shade. So their costumes for this one. And I'm going to say this, I really hope that the OG voice actors were very well taken care of, because again, for me personally, I probably still would laugh because there's 2 other shows we have to talk about, but I could listen to those voices all day. Those original voice actors from the 87 cartoon from my childhood, they are on, someone may disagree, but I like them as much as I do Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones. They just have these voices that you stop whatever you're doing to listen, even if it's as dopey as telling people to get on a train. So, and they had some pizza in there.
I totally agree.
And again, this is just like you say, I don't know. Now, you had Eastman on your show. I wonder if anyone's ever had the balls to ask him about this, what his thoughts are on this, because there is a quick little fight in this one, too. If you watch, they're in these toy mascot, these are pretty much mascots. You get photographs with them at a store or at a college football game or baseball stadium. Not something you're going to use your ninja. This is not the 1990s live-action movie costumes here by Henson. So they can't fight worth a damn. And again, they don't hide. At the end of this, there's a big celebration. They're out there dancing. They got the marching band. They're singing a song. They're all having a grand old time, and it's just the norm. And they're riding the public transportation. Like, yeah, dude, Raphael's so excited about this, and it's just a norm to see a big turtle out, taking a ride at 8 o'clock in the morning. One thing I do want to add is before we went on live, I'm glad we're not recording this with cameras because I've already fallen out of my chair at least 3 times here. We got to find even there's a behind the scenes almost video here that we didn't even know existed until yesterday. So tip of the cap to YouTube. Did you ever think you'd see the Raphael costume in a squad police car just waving around town?
Dude, that was the best part. Yeah, as I said, there was like this 5-minute promo video for this promo video where like a police chief was promoting it, like the Turtles are gonna help us promote the Blue Line. And in one scene we see like a police car driving around, and Raphael is in the seat there and just waving out of the window. It's the funniest thing because you see he has this big head and he does not fit in the window. And if he moves just 1 inch wrong, the whole head will fall off. You gotta check it out. It's the funniest thing, hey.
Oh yeah, and again, this is why we love Turtles, because they give you all the above, and we're in the comical here because coming up, we've got 2 more to go with some more, and no, these are not as good as coming out of their shells. These are, but we'll get into them one at a time. We're going to save Christmas, even though I think the Christmas one came out first, but we're going to save that one for the end because we are recording this in December. So let's talk Turtle Tunes, shall we? Turtle Mania is pretty much, we can just say it's dead. It was the mid-90s, kids were growing out of it. There's still fans that enjoyed it, but you know what I mean? It's the mainstream media is gone. Not many people are talking about it on the news and, all that fun stuff. So we get this bizarre, video about Leonardo riding a boat, rowing his boat, and there's kids walking around and don't talk to strangers. Again, they're trying to still promote good. The voice actors from the old show are done. I don't know. Again, this is something I would love to ask those guys if they were asked to do these shows, because all the guys except for Rob Paulson, finished the show all the way up till 96. I think Rob went till season 9 for the old show. Yep. So feel free to share what in the world Turtle Tunes is.
Turtle Tunes was a VHS video in 94, and as you said, it was where the Turtles' popularity started to decline. But they were still producing Turtle stuff, and one of these things was Turtle Tunes, which is a live-action video where in this video the Turtles, they don't want to do their own show, and they try to produce a video. So they get all the kids together, or all the kids that they know, they get together in the park and they're gonna shoot some videos, and they like do these music videos where the turtles are singing about like where they love to skate around the fountain. And as you said, Leonardo has a rowboat, and I love to ride a carousel. And yeah, also the very important song "Don't Talk to Strangers," because stranger danger. Be careful out there. And it's just so this is like a 20-minute video, and it's like a musical. The turtles, they're singing all the time, and the kids, they try to shoot it and make a video of it, and that's pretty much the whole story. And it's just so goofy. And to be honest, I love this stuff. I love my dark and gritty turtles, but I can laugh really hard at things like this. But it's like they must have had so much fun while they were doing this. I mean, just look at the kids. The kids that are there, they're not the best actors, I gotta say, but they're doing their best. Like when Leonardo is on a rowboat and he's rowing in circles, and the kids, they're like, "Oh, we're so annoyed. Oh, Leonardo, we have to do another take." You gotta, to be honest, check it out for yourself. This whole thing is on YouTube. Check it out for yourself. It's just such a different thing about the turtles, and it's so funny. I love it. I love it, to be honest.
And the other one I like a little more, but yeah, just I don't know where in the world they came up with this idea. I mean, we talked about this before. We grew up with these guys, and it was always cool to see the Archie. You know what I mean? Like them, like how you were saying, just evolve. And they went from being tough dudes to just stamp turtles on. It'll be okay. Somebody's gonna like this. So. We're almost 10, 11 years old, I think, when this came out, right? This came out in 1994, I believe. Yeah, so I'm 10 years old. I don't know what in the world this is. What's funny is actually, I believe my cousin had this one because my aunt was really big into singing tapes. Like if you remember the We Sing videos and We Sing Park, and there was Grandpa's Magical Toy Chest and all those ones. So he had this, but at the time, I don't think they had a VCR. Either had the box or the tape, and they didn't really have a VCR that was working around that. So I knew of its existence. I didn't know what the heck it was. I thought it was going to be more coming out of their Shells tour. What's funny is, though, how did you like the intro to this? We're the Turtles. Did you enjoy that song? Because it's in both tapes.
Yeah, it's like the intro song to the second tape that we're gonna talk about later, too. And it's not a bad song. It's got a cool tune, and it's like, it's an intro, like, we're the Turtles and we're coming around. And it's like, okay, let's get into the groove. Then we see the Turtles, and they kind of remind you of the coming out of the Shells turtles. They're not the best costumes, but also not the worst costumes. Like, some kind of low budget animatronics. It's fine. It's cool, but it's not no Jim Henson costumes, but it's okay.
I wonder what I'd love to have someone from that show on one of our shows, or maybe our good friend Brian Van Hooker from Turtle Checks already had anybody on, because I'm curious to know what the budget was and how much those costumes did cost. Because, like you say, they weren't the worst. They were definitely not the best. But for what they wanted to do, you recognize them. They had different color headbands. Voice actors were okay. We're going to talk. I think the voice actors, I can't. I think they're both in the same. They're both in both videos, because there is a spot we're going to talk about in Turtle Christmas that I liked with the Leonardo voice actor. If you stick around for that spot with the ending credits scene. But yeah, they're talking, don't talk to strangers. They're picking up trash. Unfortunately for Leonardo fans, he just don't got what it takes, I guess, to be an actor, because it took him well over 100 takes, and he can't even row a boat. The man can wield katanas, take down, crime leaders and drug lords, and train with his own ninja master, meditate like no other. He just can't row a boat. So yeah. Oh, boy. Well, that's enough for that one, and here comes our main event. This tape here is very special to me because I've been doing YouTube and Twitch now for 4 years. And anytime Christmas comes around, there's a lot of people that you and I both know in the content creating industry. They all love doing reaction videos. And I tell everybody, this is the one that you have to do in December. Even if you don't know anything about Ninja Turtles, you just have to watch this to see it for yourself. No disrespect to the people who worked on this, but this is one of the top 5 funniest videos I've seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of comedies. I've seen Three Stooges. I've seen loads of Jim Carrey comedies. My favorite comedy of all time is Kung Pao Enter the Fist, just because of how slapsticky that is. But, oh my God. Even my brother to this day will still walk up to me and say, and a pizza with pepperoni. So the songs are catchy enough that you remember them. I mean, so this is the Christmas gift that me and Christian, I guess, never knew, never wanted, or never got, but always maybe deep down, it was the one we wanted, because we never got this in the cartoon realm. We never got this for the 87 cartoon. We got Easter, no Christmas. This was our Christmas. Feel free to talk us about We Wish You a Turtles Christmas.
Wow, dude. We wish you a turtle Christmas. Maybe it's not the Christmas special that we always wanted, but it's, I don't know, maybe it's the Christmas special we deserve. Mm-hmm. And it's a classic. To be honest, this is a classic. I watch this every Christmas with my family. If they want to or not, this must go. It's just so fun, so much fun. And I mean, it's like around my house, you cannot sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." No, we always sing "We Wish You a Turtle Christmas," and that's how it should be. And yeah, it's the same. These are the same turtles from the Turtle Tunes video. And as you said, this is one where this video, you can react to it so good. Every scene is comedy gold. And like the turtles, they have this, it's Christmas time, and the turtles find out like, oh no, we forgot to give Splinter a present. So they go out at the last minute to get Splinter a present. And they also, once again, they meet some kids, and they take the kids with them to the Turtles' Lair, because the Turtles' Lair is no more secret. Like, everybody can visit the Turtles at the Turtles' Lair. It's no problemo. And then we have like the 12 days of Christmas where Splinter gets all the presents. And oh boy, I don't know what he needs a framed pizza for. I don't know why he needs 12 April O'Neil autographs. And I don't know... 4 or 5 manhole covers, but he gets it. He gets it, and Splinter's very happy, and then they all come together and sing "We Wish You a Turtle Christmas" together. And the funniest, I mean, you can really dissect this whole thing, and it's there's nothing, there's not one bit in this thing where it's like, this makes sense. None of it makes sense. I just gotta remind you on the scene where Michelangelo starts singing "Oh Little City of New York," when Raphael says, "Oh no, he's turning into that opera guy again." Like that happens every second episode or something. This never happened before, that Michelangelo starts singing opera. But hey, it's happening again. And like in the end, when even the tape is over and the credits are rolling, the turtles are still yapping about like, whoa, do you remember this whole thing where we're saying this and that? And I mean, just at the start when the turtles are singing Deck the Horse with pepperoni, why are they singing in a Jamaican accent? It doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. But that's what makes it so special and so much freaking fun. This is the best of the best, in my opinion. This is the craziest, goofiest TMNT videotape ever, and I love every moment of it. And as I said, every Christmas we sit down and we watch this because it's tradition in my house. That's how it should be. Watched We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. It's on YouTube. Check it out if you haven't. You're gonna love it. Yep.
I had this one as a VHS tape because I didn't have it in the beginning. This is before I want to say it was 2003 when they started releasing the cartoons on DVD, because I had to collect all the VHS tapes I could. And I'm like, what is this one? So, it was, like I said, my cousin had Turtle Tunes, but I did buy this one. And, oh, my God. As Christian mentioned earlier, Leonardo just goes off in a Jamaican accent. And if you stick around to the end of the video, he even talks about that and says, how'd you guys like my Jamaican accent? He's even making fun of himself in the same video. I mean, the lyrics go all over the place. They're talking about Deck the Halls and then no bebop, no rock steady, Merry Christmas to the Shredder, and the music just stops and it's like, fa la 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 la. Just, I am, again, I'm very happy we're not doing this on cam, because my face is just bright cherry red, just laughing and it's just, if you're having a bad day, just pop this tape on. I mean, so let's ask you this time, because I wanted to spend at least another good 5-10 minutes on this, and maybe, I don't know, but maybe this will give you inspiration, because you like doing 20 to 30 minute monologues on your own. Maybe a German and American Turtle Christmas is coming in December. You guys are gonna have to follow Christian to find out, but I would love to hear a full 20-minute spiel on this as you break down the entire one. But for now, what is your, I guess, favorite or top 2 Christmas songs from this special? I know you like all of them, but if you had to just pick 2.
To be honest, I like 12 Days of Christmas. I like the lyrics in that one, but also the rap. I don't know, it got something. Yes. Like, yeah, the turtles with the hands doing like the clapping each other. It's just so weird. But 12 Days of Christmas, I think that's my jam. That's really, and of course, We Wish You a Turtle Christmas is also, it really, as I said, around my house, we sing We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. We don't sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas. No, we sing We Wish You a Turtle Christmas, because that's how it should be. And it's just, this really, it gets stuck. Listen to it, watch it, it gets stuck in your head, and these songs won't leave you for the next few days, if you want to or not. But yeah, I think that's 12 Days of Christmas. It's like, yeah, that's my jam.
And again, if you think about it, it's similar to coming out of their shells too, Christian, because they try to touch base with everything. They go to rap songs, they go to old Christmas carols, opera music. They try to click on all cylinders here. And I wonder if the gentleman who did sing rap ended up singing other songs, because his lyrics aren't that bad. He's got, they got like the 90s hip hop, you can bop your head, like with the record, like the DJ would do back in the day. It's so gold, just because not only are the reaction videos great, but I mean, I believe Nerd Critic or somebody, like one of the bigger YouTubes, has their own video on this, and it gets funnier every time because everybody has their own take of this, and they're all done in a great comedic way. Another favorite spot that makes no sense is when Michelangelo is singing the opera. I even told my buddy when he was watching this to do his own reaction video. Raphael goes to take the Santa Claus's bell, he rings it and then gives it back. Why? Why would he just go over there and ring the bell and walk away? Is there any explanation you have for that? It works.
You really try to explain something in We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. It's not gonna work. I mean, there's also when Mikey is singing opera, they're like the turtles. They try to lift him up and off with Mikey, to make him stop, and they can't lift him. And they're like, okay, no, that's not gonna work. And it's not like, okay, maybe we should do another take. No, they're gonna leave this in the video. Yep. It's just fantastic. Everything.
And the kids, I mean, do they have moms and dads that they're banging on garbage cans for the songs? They're at the turtle's house for Christmas morning. Like, are these
Christmas Eve?
Yeah. I mean, they have no one to celebrate with. They're hanging out in the streets. They push a kid. I'm drawing a quick blank, but I know I don't want to go back. Don't they push a kid off the stairs or something with rollerblades, right, or something? Yeah.
Exactly. Like some of the kids are driving around on the rollerblades, and one of the turtles just push him out of the picture.
Oh God, yeah. Just this is just one of the few that I highly encourage everyone to watch, because it's one of those where it's just so bad it's too funny not to watch. because you will literally piss your pants laughing as long as you have a good sense of humor. Now, I know there's fans out there, like, this is another question I would like. We already talked about, what Eastman and Laird thought of, the blue line. Peter Laird just probably wanted to, just because he's very passionate about his turtles, and I respect that. I don't know if I would like somebody taking an idea I had and making it this. It works for us fans, though, because we're, again, and it's that's pretty cool. You actually just start singing "We Wish You a Turtle Christmas." I love that you guys have this as your Christmas tradition. Because as much as I love the 2003, TV show and that comic, is this your favorite? I guess that'll be the question I ask as we start slowly bringing this episode in for a landing. Is this your favorite Turtles Christmas incarnation with all of them? Even in the Saturday Morning Adventures, you get like a ShredderCon Christmas. Is Turtle Christmas number one for you?
I gotta say yes. As you say, like the Michelangelo comic special or the 2003 episode, they are great. They really have the Christmas spirit and everything. It's fantastic. But if you want to come together with your family and just laugh together as a family, then you gotta check out We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. And this is when I think about turtles and when I think about Christmas, this is the first thing that comes to my mind. Not the comic, not the TV show. We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. That's Christmas for me. It's not Christmas until We Wish You a Turtle Christmas is shown on TV, in my opinion.
Yep. Even the Gotta Give for Splinter. I hate Shopping in the Winter. Just the lyrics in all these songs. Like Christian already said, you can't even try to fathom to explain this to somebody, let alone try to get the lyrics in your head. It just works. Like anything in Turtles, for some reason, it works. If you try to pinpoint and just try to find the meaning behind these lyrics, just none of it makes any sense. And that goes for our Turtle tunes as well. Coming out of their shells, they sang those with a lot of heart and a lot of soul. Skipping Stones, Walk Straight, good beats with Saying No to Drugs. Even Pizza Power and Cowabunga, they had good. Yeah. You don't have to get stoned, drink drugs, do alcohol. Just sit back with your regular self, have a cup of hot chocolate. Be sure to keep it 20, a good portion away from you, because you're going to spit it up as you watch this. It's just too funny not to watch. But that is going to conclude our episode here of the Ninja Turtles Odds and Ends. Christian, we know you love comics. I don't know if you've broken down any of these yet, one-on-one on your channel, but I know you got a lot of good comic stuff, and any behind the scenes you want to share with us, because I'll put this out before the week ends for your channel in December. I just in the English episodes on TMNT, the talk, I try to keep up with the current comics, but on the German episodes, I'm little spoiler. This week, I'm gonna start the third season of the 2003 cartoon, nice. And you know that in the third season there is the Christmas episode. So maybe, fingers crossed, I will be able to bring out the Christmas episode, so the episode talking about the Christmas episode in around Christmas. So maybe that will work out. We will see. It would just be perfect. We will see. We will see. Fingers crossed. Yeah, and that was a good one to talk. I was so happy because that one, I think, was released in the States on either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So I actually got to watch it for the first time aired either on one of those days too. It's a very, very good episode, and it's just like the comic, and it's Mikey, and you even get a cowabunga in that show. So it'll be really cool to hear your take on that in a full 30 minutes. But that's going to do it, my friend. Until next time, my dude.
Until next time, cowabunga.
Another episode of Shellonomics is in the books. If you guys have not yet checked out all of our other amazing episodes, we've had amazing guests. We've talked about the 1987 cartoon, 2003 cartoon, Next Mutation, Coming Out of Their Shells, video games, the comics, crossover comics like Batman and the Power Rangers, and tons of amazing content with you guys, the fans. Be sure to stop by our YouTube channel, Spotify, and Twitch. And if you have somebody who'd like to be on the show, get in touch with us at kingmiktus@gmail.com. That's KINGMIKE
das@gmail.com.